Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Arunachala Ramanaya. Namaskaram Shri everyone. When jnanis like Bhagavan leave their physical form, people commonly say that they attained the state of nirvana or samadhi. However, as Bhagavan has repeatedly emphasized, there is no attaining of the nirvana or samadhi state, since it's our own real nature. Bhagavan's devotees are well aware of this. Our purpose in celebrating Bhagavan's Aradhana day is to give us an additional impetus to continue with our practice of self-inquiry with Shraddha and devotion. The end result of self-inquiry is the enjoyment of our natural state of Sat Chid Ananda, that is, being consciousness, bliss. This is mentioned in the beginning section of Bhagavan's answers to Sri Shivaprakasham Pillai, given in 1902 in the form of the Non-Yar Upadesha. Now, the simple expression Chumma Iru describes the Satchidananda state so admirably. As such, it was given to Saint Arunagirinatha in the form of an Upadesha, or more as a command or injunction, by Lord Muruga or Subramanya. The saint lived in the 15th century in Tiruvannamalai and composed a large collection of hymns known as Tirupugar, which extol the glory of Lord Muruga. In the oft-quoted verse number 12 in the Kandar Anubhuti section of Tirupugar, Saint Arunagirinatha tells us what the Lord's Upadesha was and what happened to him afterwards. He says, Chumma iru chol ara enralume amma porul ondrum arindilane. Chumma iru chol ara enralume amma porul ondrum arindilane. The word meaning of this verse is, when the Lord said, be still and keep quiet, I did not comprehend anything else. Each of these words, Chumma and Iru, in the above expression, has more than one meaning. Therefore, the expression Chumma Iru can be interpreted in at least two different ways. A, be still, with emphasis on the word Chumma, or B, just be, with the emphasis on the word Iru. Thus, Chumma Iru constitutes an extraordinarily profound and powerful Upadesha for a sadhaka of self-inquiry or Atma Vichara. Like Chumma Iru, the expression Chol Ara in the above verse of Arunagirinatha and has been used by Bhagavan in verse 36 of his Arunachala Ramana Maharshi. Chol Ara has also several connotations attached to it. The word meaning of that word Chol Ara is not to speak, do not speak. However, in the broader context, Chol refers not only to the spoken form, but also to all forms of communication. The Chol Ara state is also the definition of the state of Mauna, or absolute silence. As we all know, Bhagavan remained in that state of Mauna for most part of his life, and his Upadesha to deserving devotees was given by him in that state. Bhagavan also points out that Mauna is the most direct means of communications, since the original message in that state gets only diluted systematically as it goes through the channels of the mind, the channels of the ego first, the mind and the senses. It is interesting to note that the Upadesha given in silence by Bhagavan to his mother when she saw him in the Pavala Kundru hill ends with the statement, Maunamai irukkai nandru, which may be translated as, it is good to be silent, or mauna, with emphasis on the word mauna, or with the emphasis on the word irukkai, which indicates a state of being. It is thus essentially identical to what the expression chumma iru implies. It is also worth noting that the holy Arunachala hill displays both silence, indicated by the word chumma, and iru, and the state of being, indicated by the word iru. I'll repeat that. Arunachala displays both the state of silence, indicated by the word chumma, and also the state of being, indicated by the word iru. Bhagavan Ramana has used the Summa Iru expression in 3 of his verses, the 108 verses in the Arunachala Aksharamana Malai. I will read out these 3 verses in Tamil first, followed by their English translation. Verse 31. Sugakkadal ponga, chol unarvu adanga, chumma porundidu anga Arunachala. Sugakkadal ponga, chol unarvu adanga, chumma porundidu anga Arunachala. Translates to, O Arunachala, there in the heart rest quiet. Let the sea of joy surge. Speech and feeling cease. Verse 36. Cholladi cholli ni chol ara nil endru chumma irundai Arunachala. Cholladi cholli ni chollara endru chollara nil endru chumma irundai Arunachala. O Arunachala, in silence thou said, stay silent, and thyself stood silent. Verse 36. Chombiyai chumma sukamundu urangidil chol veren gati Arunachala. Chombiyai chumma sukamundu urangidil chol veren gati Arunachala. O Arunachala, if I lazily sleep in pleasure, tell me what other way to get away is there for me. Detailed explanations of the import of these verses can be found in the incisive commentaries of Sri Muruganar, Sri Sadhuvam Swamigal, and Sri Kanakammal. As pointed out by David Godman in his website, Muruganar himself has been enlightened by Bhagavan Ramana with the words Chumma Iru. In one of his Padamalai verses, Muruganar says, the sovereign grace of Padam, that is Bhagavan's holy feet, completed my sadhana with the words, be still. What a wonder is this! Godman also mentions that Bhagavan enlightened Thinnai Swami by telling him Iru, that is stay or be. Saint Thayumanavar, who lived in the 17th century, has also used the expression Chumma Iru in several places in his large collection of poetic hymns on Lord Shiva. In his Vedantic poetry, Kannudai Vallal, who also lived in the 17th century, has used Chumma Iru to point out that the act of being quiet is the main message of all Vedantic Shastras. Those interested, may look up the detailed accounts on these saints and their verses in David Godman's website and in the Mountain Path Journal. Bhagavan Ramana has often referred to the poems of these saints fondly in his conversations with his devotees. At times he used to shed tears reading out some portions of these verses to his devotees. In the chapter entitled Udal Poi Uravu, Saint Taimanur says, Chumma irukka sukam udayamagume. Chumma irukka sukam udayamagume, which translates as bliss will arise if you remain still. In the chapter Payapuli, Saint Taimanur exclaims, Chumma irukka sukam sukam endru surudiyallam amma nirandaram sollavum. Chumma irukka sukam sukam endru surudiyallam amma nirandaram sollavum. It translates as follows: the scriptures that one and all declare to be still is bliss is very bliss. I lack, alas, true understanding. I'll read that again. The scriptures that one and all declare to be still is bliss, is very bliss. I lack, alas, true understanding. There are many more such beautiful poetic expressions of the Chumma Iru state in Taimanur's magnanimous poetic work, which we do not at present have the time to enjoy. I could not resist, however, adding one of them which I had memorized from my school days. It is found in the Sukhavari section of Taimanur's collection of verses addressed to Lord Nataraja in Chidambaram. It goes like this. Chollal murakkilo sukamillai mauniyai chumma irukka arulvai. Suddha nirgunamana paradevame param jyotiye sukhavariye. Chollal murakkilo sukamillai mauniyai chumma irukka arulvai. Suddha nirgunamana paradevame param jyotiye sukhavariye. It means, O Supreme Lord, there is no sukham or joy in my trumpeting with many words. Please grant me silence, the state of being silent, as a mauni. I'll read it again. It means, O Supreme Lord, there is no sukham or joy in my trumpeting with many words. Please grant me the state of being silent as a mauni. Finally, in his Vedantic text, which I mentioned before, Orivil Odukkam, Kannudai Vallal says, Chumma adu irukka veitha suthiramam sathirathai vimma kadaruvadum velegalum pariyasakam. Chumma adu irukka veitha sutirathai. Chumma adu irukka veitha sutirathai. No, I'll have to read it all over again. Chumma adu irukka veitha suthiramam sathirathai vimma kadaruvadum velegalum pariyasakam. The English translation is, the core message of all Shastras is to be still. All the rituals and methods are nothing but a mockery. To sum up, the simple expression Chumma Iru is an upadesha in the form of an injunction that jnanis have given to the sadhakas of Atmavichara or self-inquiry. It is at once the goal, the method, and the fruit of self-inquiry. In his great compassion, Bhagavan has given us this upadesha and the who am I method of self-inquiry for our realizing our ever-present self. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachala Ramanaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Namaskarams to one and all. Feeling very blessed to be part of this whole event. Today, I am going to sing a song on Bhagavan by Sri Janaki Mata. Janaki Mata is one of the greatest devotees of Bhagavan. By her Guru Bhakti alone, she attained the state of Atmajnana and became a Guru herself, to the extent there is a running ashram for her in Tanjore in the state of Tamil Nadu in India. In this song, Janaki Mata is talking to her tongue. She is saying in Sanskrit, tongue is called jih. She is asking her tongue to chant the praise of Bhagavan, and she is asking her heart, Nenje, to ponder on it. Uraithiduvai jihve, Sri Ramanar Mahimai Dannai, Ninaithiduvai Nenje. Please ponder on his praise. In the very first stanza, she beautifully says that Bhagavan will come to his devotees in the way they want him to see. Because Bhagavan is in all the rupam of all the deities which we worship. If you want him to see as Ganapati, he is going to come to you as Ganapati. If you want to see him as Subramanya, he will come to you as Subramanya. In Tamil, there is a beautiful face, Than Endrum. So she beautifully sings like this, Ganapati Than Endrum, which means Ramana is nothing but Ganapati. Subramanian Than Endrum. Like you can see Bhagavan as Subramanya. Madhavan Than Endrum. Sadashivan Than Endrum. The song goes like this. Now I am going to sing the song for all of you. Thank you. Uraithiduvai jihve Sri Ramanar Mahimai Dannai Ninaithiduvai Nenje. Uraithiduvai jihve Sri Ramanar Mahimai Dannai Ninaithiduvai Nenje. பக்தர்கள் இஷ்டப்படி பலவித ரூபமாக தரிசனமளித்திடும் சர்வசக்தன் என்றும் உரைத்திடுவாய் ஜிஹ்வே ஸ்ரீரமணர் மகிமை தன்னை நினைத்திடுவாய் நெஞ்சே. அக்ர பூஜ்யர் என்ற அதிசய நாமமுள்ள அகணித கணயுக்த கணபதி தான் என்றும் அகணித குணயுக்த கணபதி தான் என்றும் உரைத்திடுவாய் ஜிஹ்வே ஸ்ரீரமணர் மகிமை தன்னை நினைத்திடுவாய் நெஞ்சே. சூரசம்ஹாரம் செய்த சுப்பிரமணிய ரூபன் என்றும் க்ஷடாதார நீலை வென்ற ஷண்முக தேவன் என்றும் உரைத்திடுவாய் ஜிஹ்வே ஸ்ரீரமணர் மகிமை தன்னை நினைத்திடுவாய் நெஞ்சே. மாயையுடன் கூடினும் மாயாதீதன் என்றும் மறைகளூரை தீடும் மாதவன் தான் என்றும் உரைத்திடுவாய் ஜிஹ்வே ஸ்ரீரமணர் மகிமை தன்னை நினைத்திடுவாய் நெஞ்சே. யோகிகள் ஹிருதயம் தன்னில் ரமித்திடும் ராமன் என்றும் வெங்கடாச்சலம் தன்னில் ரமித்திடும் ரமணன் என்றும் உரைத்திடுவாய் ஜிஹ்வே ஸ்ரீரமணர் மகிமை தன்னை நினைத்திடுவாய் நெஞ்சே. சதுர்மறை முறையீடும் சதாசிவன் தான் என்றும் ஜன்மரகிதம் செய்யும் சிவசக்தி ரூபன் என்றும் புக்தி முக்தி அளித்திடும் சிவசக்தி ரூபன் என்றும் உரைத்திடுவாய் ஜிஹ்வே ஸ்ரீரமணர் மகிமை தன்னை நினைத்திடுவாய் நெஞ்சே. அகம் பிரம்மாஸ்மி என்ற அத்வைத பாவன் என்றும் அடிமை ஜானகி நெஞ்சே சந்ததமும் நினைத்திடுவாய். அடிமை ஸ்ரீ ஜானகி ஜிஹ்வே சந்ததமும் உரைத்திடுவாய். உரைத்திடுவாய் ஜிஹ்வே. ஸ்ரீரமணர் மகிமை தன்னை நினைத்திடுவாய் நெஞ்சே. ஓம் நமோ பகவதே ஸ்ரீரமணாய.